Tyrant here. Just got done watching episode 4 of Saga of Tanya the Evil. And for most people, if they're still watching the series after episode 1 through 3, this is pretty much a very talkative episode. For most people, if they keep watching and maybe thinking of seeing more, this is going to be a bit of a slow pace because for the most part, this is all just talking, tactical stuff. And we see her during her campus times. It takes place 6 months after she leaves the battlefield, and you can tell she sees that, and she can still feel that stench of war on her. But you get her talking to the I forget one of the generals from the main headquarters. She has like this kind of interview / presentation of her stating what she knows might be a possibility for this world. It's going to be a world war, and she kind of screws herself over a little bit by being too defensive. So noting that she goes really aggressive and just suggests a battalion. Which is really interesting because later on, after going to school, and you see she becomes one of the 12 knights. What the school is basically the highest honor she can get of this during her school, and they're having a discussion with her about this, about what she's going to do after she graduates, and they give her a bunch of options, but at the end, she's really just given this one option, which she had really no choice, to be the lead of this battalion she suggested a couple months earlier. And then she kind of just basically screwed herself, in a way. Which is interesting is that they're going to, after she's all done with everything, and she finds her personnel, she's going to be in charge of a battalion of 48 people. And she's basically going to be always on the move whenever they're ordered to go out and basically do a full-on assault. Which is going to be interesting. So it's going to be good after, I'm going to say the second half of episode 5, maybe episode 6, because it seems like episode 5 will be more of the recruiting part and seeing if they will get along with her. And I'm hoping to see a little bit more battle, because it's really well animated. Maybe that's why it's going to be more talkative, but so far, it was not a very bad episode, to say the least. It's just more dull for those who want more action in their thing, because you do get to see a little bit more of her manipulation, or Tanya's manipulation. They have a conversation with one of the other students there. He talks to her and wonders why she's doing what she does. She's by now she's probably maybe 11, and she's at war. Why a little kid like her? Because it's still funny to see, not funny, but it's still awkward to see her in these situations where you see all these grown men doing this, which is interesting, but you don't see at least one female upper officer at all. We've seen female mages, but we've not seen one female officer yet. So this is interesting. This is just a note I just thought of right now, but we'll leave that for a different discussion. But he kind of just manipulates him to kind of stand back, because now that he's, he has his wife, he just got a daughter, he's kind of viewing it now like, oh, what if my young daughter went to war, and so he kind of uses that, you just try to sit back and not worry too much and just fight the battles you need to in the rear, which to Tanya's advantage kind of makes his opinions a little bit more defensive, and it doesn't work in his favor later on, since she's able to snag one of the 12 rankings later. But it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen. It was a fairly slow-paced episode. We get the return of I forgot one of the mages. She that was in our company during the first episode. But that female, she's returned. She's going to be helping. I was hoping we knew she was going to make a comeback. And I'm glad she is. She's going to be assisting her I feel like she's always going to be on her side in the on her defense all the time, for the most part, because um, of what they've gone through. Even though she has this slight inclination that she is not to mess with, she's still cautious. So I'm hoping that still, after all these months, she still has the cautious about her, because she will end up being just basically being used. So I don't know if their relationship will be anything to think about, uh, but because he really doesn't care much for others, just more of him trying to make his way further into uh, his uh, his career. So for now, it was a very talkative episode. So I can't really say much, but besides keep talking. So it's more waiting for next week's episode, seeing what's gonna go on, seeing how those the interviews are gonna go. So until next time.